So we're going to start with marketing strategy. And I know you guys have had some conversations about strategy already this morning in regards to a business plan. In this case, there is some overlap in this, by the way, but what I'm really talking about is a plan of action. So when you look at your marketing, I think a lot of people they kind of jump in without stepping back and really looking at what does your marketing need to accomplish? What am I really trying to accomplish this year? So we'll talk a little bit about that. I also want to give you some tips of some tools that I use that make this a lot easier. So don't get overwhelmed by this because there are great tools out there that just walk you right through it. So I always like to start with my target client. A lot of people don't like to start that way, but I really want to think about, am I really looking for borrowers? Am I really looking for capital? Who am I looking for? And then I create a persona. And I'm going to show you an example of this relevant to impact wealth and how it plays out. So I create a persona for each of them. I look at what do they do? Do they belong to RIAs? Do they belong to social clubs? How many deals have they done? Particularly if you're looking for real estate investors. Where and how they consume their content. That's one of the easiest things to find out there is. Twitter, online blogs. The other thing is I start looking at my goals. So for marketing goals, they are going to tie into your revenue because typically marketing and sales is how you drive your revenue. I like to look at it from the perspective of a funnel, which I'll show you in a minute, but I'm looking at, okay, so how much revenue? How many deals do I need? How many leads do I need? And how many contacts? There's an old sales guy that I read in the beginning of my career. I've also done some sales, and his name was Zig Ziglar. And he seems relevant today, but throughout my career, I've always kind of learned from this adage that he used the formula 10-3-1. That 10-3-1 can show up in marketing and in sales and appointments. And I'll use that as an example throughout this, but if you think about it, what I really want you to back into is your own formula. How many people do you have to meet to get how many people that are potential leads to close that deal? Whether you're looking for a transaction as a deal sponsor, whether you're looking for money from an investor, or you're looking for borrowers, it's all applicable. And then can your marketing systems get you there? And what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to look at your marketing system and say what's working and what's not working. Do I get a ton of leads and then do nothing with them? Do I just not have enough leads? Or do I get the leads in and I have a few conversations with them and I'm not converting them? What's really your problem? And I guarantee you probably have one of those problems or maybe two. You probably don't have all of those problems or you wouldn't be here. What's the weaknesses in your model? And what are you currently measuring? Because if you're not measuring anything, then you really don't know. So you need to also start measuring, and also this doesn't have to be complicated. Write down on a spreadsheet how many people you talked to, how many conversations you entered in, and what happened after that.